Dun, dun. Okay, there it goes. It's like, okay, am I gonna have to alt tab? Because with these games that aren't, it's more of a variety pack here these days. I can't always be sure I'm on the right game hook. That's what I'm getting at. Yeah, so welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition, because Lucky and Talented was canceled tonight. She got, like, quote-unquote asked to come in last minute, and the way they asked her basically gave her no choice but to go. So, all right. I don't remember what we were doing. Let's see, quest map here. I don't have a marker set up. Got so many quests. You know what is interesting? Like seeing the different generations of gaming and like all the different things they really, really have in common. And when I booted this up, I immediately was thinking of Far Cry Primal and how like we've been going through this map and basically going to the different camps to help establish points to like just go to, like hold, like I mean it even says right there to hold the hinterlands. And that's basically the same as the camps in Far Cry, and then the map reveal thing. I'm wondering if Breath of the Wild has that. Do they just give the whole entire map to you, or do you have to explore it? Is it like the same kind of mechanic? Because I know Nintendo kind of like does their own thing. They just go off and just go, hey, you know what? We're gonna make some new quirky thing, and if y'all don't like it, but you're gonna like it, you can suck it. So I'm just wondering, because like they definitely fall into some of the trends, with Breath of the Wild being like this open world thing, but I'm just wondering how much. Okay, enough fooling around. Hello there, Zarlark. I love this line that follows you, so like you know where you've been. It's convenient. Almost as good. It's lacking a person, but it still has one of the people, so it works. I like how they put all these up here, but like you have no access to them just yet. And I'm gonna actually try to totally explore them this time round, because I never really got into the meat of this game my first playthrough. My second playthrough I was trying to, but I didn't get that far. So, alright, so we're pretty much done with the main quest at the moment for the hinterlands in terms of our overarching storyline, but we got other things going on. So stupid requisitions. I hate you so much. I got so salty and sad. So we're not leaving the hinterlands for a while. We're gonna follow that meme. Stay stuck in the hinterlands. I want to help the dude that had asked for help. Oh yeah, I vaguely remember now. We were over here and I was freaking out because I couldn't find the camp, but I believe we did that already. Oh God. Dang it. I feel like I play too many different games, and the fact that I'm used to inverted controls, but then I sometimes am forced to not play inverted, has permanently screwed up my brain. So like when I'm trying to do 3D, it's just hit or miss. I'm trying to rotate this camera. It's the worst. It happens so often too, like with Okami. I constantly had to like think which way I was doing the camera, and sometimes it just went around in a circle because I'm like, well, Might as well finish what I started. But it's just so weird because as a kid, I never had that problem, but as a kid I had like one game a year, pretty much just like, oh, it's my birthday, or maybe two, because birthday and Christmas. And I mean, for a while there, a lot of them were 2D anyway, so. But yeah, you would get used to that game's controls, and that would be it. Hendress. Smells like a plan B. I mean, it is a backup plan, but, you know, B's a pretty cool letter, too. Just as a heads up, I'm on fire when it comes to bad puns today. Well, then why don't you buy some more of the little stream messages? Just flood it with even more fresh puns. Oh, man. Goodness. This does not have the charm, but we might see the end of it. You saying I'm not charming, Zarlark? Goodness. I mean, I certainly don't voice act as much without talented. Only Eureka. No, you just did. I did what now? Be charming. Be amazing. Amazingly charming. An excellent idea. Excellent. Oh, god dang it. Solus. I don't want to have to worry about any of you guys. I just don't. I want to casually play through a fantasy game, and I want you guys to just take care of yourselves. Like my Sabretooth and Firecry. Actually, I do have to tend to him, but at least it's like a one-button thing. It's like I pet him for a good job, or I throw some meat at his face. And even then, half the time, he can just feed himself and heal himself. It's great. There's too many of you. Boy. Look at all this destruction. It'd be really cool if you could put out the fires and stuff. But you can't. They're just there forever. Even when you take care of, quote unquote, take care of the hinterlands, you can come back here. And everything will still be on fire. I have feels about that. Like, it's just another example of you have a story-driven roleplay that's supposed to put extra significance on your decisions. And I wouldn't say easy, I guess, because, like, I mean, it always takes work, all of these things. But in the grand scheme of things, it's pretty easy to just set up the world to turn off the fire and stuff like that. To change the NPCs out, to make the world reflect the impact that you're supposedly making on it. What do I want? This is what I want. 4 out of 8. Who's been chugging potions? So you want the story mode from Baldur's Gate games? I mean, I didn't really play too far on that. Andrew and I tried to play it as a co-op game because they have like a co-op version for it, and it was not made for that. And it was funny because I mean it's an older game, so it doesn't hand-hold, and it also doesn't tell you what areas are like way out of your level. So we were just trying to explore and trying to figure out what we're supposed to do, and we just kept on like getting our asses handed to us. But from the little bit I saw of the story and the characters, it seemed very, very fleshed out. Like, it was a D&D campaign. I mean, so it has, like, the mystery and intrigue and quest to be a hero, and you have, like, the characters that you can talk to and stuff. Your party. So it's pretty cool. But, I mean, even like this game has that. It's got a nice story. It's got characters you can interact with. I mean, not all the time, which is kind of lame. I kind of miss just being able to go walk right up to someone and talk to them, but I think that it can be easy to forget the simple, very impactful choice of making the window dressing reflect your choices in the world, you know? Like the Gilder Green tree in Skyrim, that mod that, like, lets it grow back after a while. Like, finish that stuff, you know? Ooh. Okay. Avar, mother. Because it's like, with that example, you made your choice, so then the world reflects it, which is good. But then it doesn't, like, follow through as our role-playing game thing. It's like, oh, they probably won't play long enough to see that grow. Ooh. Okay. You find out the hard way, and that's why I love BG. Yeah, I enjoy Skyrim's version of exploration better. I mean, I think we've talked about this before too, where I like being able to go wherever I want, but there's always, like, a certain amount of danger to it. But you can just go where you want to go. Like, I remember when I first started playing it, and I went up to a mammoth, because I was like, oh, can I kill it? And it, like, you know, kicked my ass, and I died, and I flew up in the air. But, so I don't want, like, everything to be beatable. I just want to be able to navigate through the world if I so choose. Like, anywhere, and not just be like, hey, you can go here, but you can't actually go here because anytime you step in here, you're just gonna die. Oh man. Come on, guys. Let's go disrupt a rift. Oh goodness. Oh goodness. I don't want to be here. I want to be over here. Beans. So Zerlark, why do you like that kind of exploration system? Do you have, like, mods that set that up in Skyrim? I know there's a mod that does that. It's like de-leveled zones or something. Although in my head, I always think that wouldn't they actually be leveled zones, because that's kind of what you're doing. It's like certain areas are super hard. Also, wouldn't that make, like, lower level zones kind of stupid easy? Well, I guess Skyrim has that problem too when it's vanilla. Shut up, Solace. Ah, man. I've got a character named Stolas, so I keep on confusing the two. One's a demon owl, the other's a bald elf dude. Should be able to tell the difference. You want the open world, but the monsters need to make sense, so Dragon will kill at level 5. but you can go to said dragon and yell, "Eat me." Yeah. I mean, personally, yeah. I want things, like, certain things have a certain amount of danger. So, ideally, you know, they always have, like, the lower level enemies, like in Skyrim, because it's just the lowest hanging fruit. The wolves, you know. I actually think wolves are heckin' dangerous, and they should probably be a little bit more dangerous. But I want, like, those lower level things to always have a certain amount of challenge, and for the higher level things to always be, like, kind of deadly, but just the leveling be more like you have more skills to be able to deal with these things, rather than just being like HP sponges for the most part. I mean, like, I do want a little bit more, like, robustness to your character. More hit points is always great if that's the kind of system you have. But, yeah, I don't like the feel of things just being still, like, in your face, but way too easy to take down. Because then it's just, like, I don't know, it's just a time filler at that point. There's a certain amount of danger. Like, I should really go to camp and refill my health potions soon. Yeah, the dragons in this game are great, though. And very satisfying. I got sidetracked. Apostates in the Witchwood. Okay, cool. Did the watchtower thing while we were here. Fair enough. Could work on that. No, I didn't. Yes, I did. Cool. Let's deal with the apostate problem. This one, there was there's kind of an entranceway before. I don't know if I need to go through that. I'm running around in circles. Yeah, that. Dang. Nope, that's actually not the thing I was talking about, was it? No, it's just the little chest in there. Alright. Let's look at my line here. I think it might have been somewhere over that direction. But since I've been going around this circle, I'll just go around the rest of this hill. It's just so much noise. I expect there to be way more people. icicles are a strong indicator. Or crystals or whatever. It's gotta be... Oh. I don't even know what that is. A very strange looking head. With mods like Requiem, the bandits are lowish on the difficulty ladder. So at the beginning of the game they are serious challenges, but later they are much easier to handle. And then you have a tier system, so you'll find bandits that are more tough to kill. Yeah, I like that. But it just feels kind of awkward to me for things to just, like, yes, things need to get easier, but thank you very much, Solus. Things should get easier when you fight them, because you've learned more if you've killed them over and over again, or you've gained new skills, you're a little bit hardier, all those things. But it just always felt weird to me in games where it's just like, it just becomes so easy pushover. In real life, if you're trying to kill something, there's always an element of danger there, unless it's like something that can't fight back. And I feel like probably if you're going for the whole realism feel, I screwed up. So I'm trying to do too much at once. Where's my body here? There we go. Ooh. All right. Let's be me again. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's one of the really great things of being able to have a flexible game system like Skyrim, being able to mod it and really find out and explore your tastes on the matter. Because you really can. One of the things I really liked to do, and I think there was only really 2 mods that ever did it. And I just was like, why? To give every NPC that doesn't have a name, give them a name. Because then you can't tell if it's like lower level bandit or bandit chief or any of that shit. It's just like, and you can't tell who's special or not. They all have like unique names, so they all have like unique stories. So can I? Dang it. Fire? Lightning? Lightning, that was the... Oh, it's always the answer. I mean, how could it not be the answer? That was funny. Oh gosh, Cassandra. You crazy lady. We can't actually protect you. Alright, I guess we're gonna have to go back to camp soon. Somebody just died. Oh, I should have just re-shielded myself. you're dead. Okay. Like, dang it. Oh, you just got back up. Well, that's sort of convenient. Oh, God, we're already here. I don't want to go back. Yeah, we're gonna just do this. I don't think there's anything stopping us from just picking people up over and over again. So I'll power through this. Cause I'm stubborn. That was it. Cool. They're not a pushover. You still got to be careful that not to get your butt kicked. Like an archer will kill you fast if you are not in heavy armor. And someone who uses leather, that is not fun. Yes, I agree. Plus I use a mod local damage, so if you are shot in the head, and you don't have a heavy helmet, you're 95% dead. And this is for the NPC in you. Yeah, I wanted to play around with locational damage, because that's another thing where I think that most games kind of, games like this anyway, they don't really take advantage of really exploring that kind of stuff. Oh.
Liliana's rank equals my own, insofar as our rank means anything outside the chantry.
But you want to get shit done, right?
I declared the Inquisition, but I don't know that I'm best suited to command it. Perhaps you're interested in the position, since you seem so interested.
Hold on. Did I check the volume on this? Because it seems... Okay. I'm just looking at OBS, it seems kind of quiet.
Oh, no, you don't. Leave me out of that mess.
What was I saying? Yeah, like, I feel like they don't really explore as much as they could with the way damage is dealt. The foundation of HP, of hit points, like, how can you kind of turn that on its tail? Like, leveling an HP, that's as old as time when it comes to role-playing games. Like, try to find ways to make new iterations on that theme. So yeah, I'm gonna probably look into that for my Skyrim setup, doing locational damage. I kind of stayed away from it at the beginning because it seemed like it's a very script-heavy thing to do, which might be a reason why certain games stay away from it, but headshots are kind of important. If you're not wearing a helmet, I feel like, yeah, you should pay for that. And make something out of the fact that, like, you could get diseases and die, or wounds that need, like, medical attention and stuff like that. With this kind of game, I kind of am just like, oh God, you guys, it's like taking care of children or something, like looking after you. But with Skyrim, because it's like so intimate, it's just you out in the wilderness, it can be really cool to work with those kind of survival systems, I think, personally. I mean, I'll still get stubborn where it's like I'm already in this dungeon, I want to just get it done. But then that's the conflict of interest I think I'll always have between being a player and wanting to be really immersed in the world. Because you can't have total immersion. You're not really there. You can't deal with the day-to-day. It's a game. Certain things are meant to kind of be overlooked. All right. Do I have to... I forget if there's, like, a fast travel I mean, I guess this is the fast travel. This is what we got. Because I have to walk around and all this. I can't just fast travel to different camps, which is less than ideal, but I guess we'll go back to Haven for now. And then come back here to do more stuff. And kind of work our way through the map. Yeah. I need Hunterborn Frostfall. For me, that's the way to go. Yeah. I agree. I really loved those mods. And when I was gearing up my one playthrough to not really be dungeon heavy, I had set up like with also realistic, what was it called? Like, I think it was like realistic carrying capacity or something like that, where you couldn't really carry that many things. So I just had the armor on my back, like some spare clothes, some random miscellaneous items for survival. And like when you try to carry a deer back to camp or something that you caught from Hunterborn, it can be an ordeal. That's how I liked it. Look at all these little fighters fighting. All the connects. Fighting with real swords. What is that? What the should be killing each other. Okay, hold on, lady. Don't come at me with that. Clipping right through her. Obviously, she is not positioned correctly. I like how every once in a while she actually turns this way and she's like, get back. Go away. I'm doing my own thing now. Let's get right up personal with her. Oh, goodness. See, that's just another reason why you can never totally get immersed in games yet. It's all these little tiny glitches. There's another thing, I don't fast travel. Yeah, I don't either. Oh, this looks like a thing. I like just traveling. If I want to quote unquote fast travel, I'll use like a carriage or a boat. And I'm excited to try the Way Shrines mod, because I think it's a lore friendly canon thing, the Way Shrines. I'm pretty sure. I don't know 100%. Hendra's helped me with the lore. So that'll be like another way to like allow me to have fast travel if I really feel like I need it for a moment, because just like, I'll just let me do it. Otherwise, traveling from place to place is like a really cool journey. I feel like my kind of playstyle might be a little bit too quiet and slow paced for streaming. I'm kind of worried about it because I just like travel around, I look at sights, all very calming and kind of quiet. Very slice of lifey. Sometimes I'll play some music as a bard.
Not my title. We are not Templars any longer. We are all part of the Inquisition.
And what does that mean exactly?
Back already, Chancellor. Haven't you done enough?
I'm curious, Commander, as to how your Inquisition and its herald will restore order as you've promised.
Of course you are. Back to your duties, all of you.
I mean, yes, Sarlacc. I've seen it go for stream, but I don't know if I've got that kind of skill to make it work. I don't know. It's that feeling that you're not probably good enough for things, and self-doubt and questioning and imposter syndrome. I'll do what I can, I'll do what I normally do, and hopefully it'll work out. There, you can talk about slow-paced. But that is the cool thing about it, yeah. And I like how, I mean, he's in character, but he doesn't have to, like, voice act to be in character, per se. I appreciate that. Not that I don't like, you know, the voice acting stuff. I think it's cool. But just how he's able to get immersed in the character.
Mages and Templars were already at war. Now they're blaming each other for the Divine's death.
Which is why we require a proper authority to guide them back to order.
Who? You? Random clerics who weren't important enough to be at the conclave.
The Rebel Inquisition and its so-called Herald of Andraste? I think not.
You're not important. But yeah, getting my big boots so I can kick the nonsense out of you. I mean, I feel like it's something that we all have to, like, tackle in our own ways when it comes to, like, our careers or things that we are skilled in or want to be skilled in. Like, there's always a certain amount of self-doubt and things. But the difference is whether you let that stop you from doing something or just go forth, and how much you own what you make. But yeah, no, even with that example of the gopher videos, I feel like it's fundamentally different though when you go with YouTube videos, when you go in and you're making a thing and you're by yourself, you're just riffing on your own thoughts that come into your head as you play through a game or do whatever else, compared to Twitch where it's live. You can't make cuts if you want to, and you do have to, like, well, you don't have to interact with chat, but most of the time that's the point of Twitch, is to interact with people. So, like, with the Gopher video, I don't know, like, because I know he Twitch streams, but I don't know what kind of games he really Twitch streams, and I don't know how he handles that, if he streams any Elder Scrolls games or things that would require that whole immersion into character thing. Because, like, this, I'm constantly, like, getting into the game and then kind of getting out of it because I'm talking to you guys. And I mean, with Rika, I actually had envisioned being always in character and you guys were the voices in her head and she was just slightly insane. And she would just reply as herself. But I never actually did that. Because I chickened out, to be honest. I totally chickened out. And it, like, yeah, it felt more natural to just be me talking to you and then switch back into Rika in her world space. But I wonder about, like, how well that would work, bringing you into the game. Because some of the topics we talk about is, like, it's completely out there. And, like, I'll just stop and, like, just talk like I'm doing now. Of course, with this, it's vocal dialogue, so I didn't really want to talk over it, but... I'm not the Herald. That is accurate.
I don't believe I'm Andraste's herald any more than you do, Chancellor.
That laudable humility won't stop the Inquisition from using a misconception when it suits them.
The Inquisition claims only that we must close the breach or perish.
You say that now, Commander. We shall see if the sentiment remains true.
XCOM is as slow when he streams it? I mean, is that a kind of game that he gets into character with? When he's, like, completely in character? Because, like, that's the main difference for me. Like, how do you handle a stream when you're trying to be in character in a role-playing game? Or anything similar that requires it. I'll return with good news. I hope the trip is worth it. It's the Mage Templar War large. It is like a fundamental part of this story. Goodness. Alright. Cullen, why is he here?
Clearly, your Templar knows where to draw the line.
He's toothless. There's no point turning him into a martyr simply because he runs at the mouth. The Chancellor's a good indicator of what to expect in Val Royeaux, however.
Oh man, every time he brings Val Royeaux up, I just remember what I saw in the art book, where you get rocks thrown at you. Just, I want more palpable irritation. I will, you know what, good luck keeping order. We're gonna go to the fancy city.
Though you had granted them power over the very Fade itself, though they sang hymns of praise unending, though they could do anything, they destroyed nothing, created nothing, loved nothing.
You know, now that I know some of the truth of this world, I'm actually way more interested in the Hymns of Andraste and like what the religion is here, because like this is a pretty fleshed out religion. And I just want to see like there are so many people talking. I want to see like how it translates to what is real and what's twisted.
This is an inopportune time, Marquis. More of the faithful flock here each day. But allow me to introduce you to the brave soul who risked her life to slow the magic of the breach. Mistress Adar, this is Marquis Durelion, one of Divine Justinia's greatest supporters.
And the rightful owner of Haven. House Durelion lent Justina these lands for pilgrimage. This Inquisition is not a beneficiary of this arrangement.
I need to see if my GPU can play this game. I mean, there's like minimum requirements for it that you can easily look up. And then you'll know. Y'all own this land here.
First I've heard of Haven having an owner outside the chantry.
Look at those eyebrows.
Lady Mansion of Dennis has claimed to Haven by ancient treaty with the monarchs of Ferelden. We were honored to lend its use to Divine Justinia. She was a woman of supreme merit.
I will not let an upstart order remain on her holy grounds.
God, that must really hurt having that thing like grip his temple to stay on his head. The Divine's advisors founded it?
Interesting, considering the Inquisition was begun by the left and right hands of the Divine.
I've seen no written records from Sister Liliana or Seeker Pentecost that Justinia approved the Inquisition.
If you won't take her at her word, I'm afraid Seeker Pentagast must challenge him to a duel.
What?
It is a matter of honor among the Navarrans. Shall I arrange the bout for tonight?
No. Perhaps my reaction to the Inquisition's presence was somewhat hasty.
We face a dark time, Your Grace. Divine Justinia would not want her passing to divide us. She would, in fact, trust us to forge new alliances to the benefit of all, no matter how strange they might seem.
I'll think on it, Lady Montillier. The Inquisition might stay in the meanwhile.
I needed to look nice or I'll be sad. I mean, I understand that feeling. Okay, does this dude actually own this town?
Do the Durellians actually have a claim on this place?
His Grace's position is not so strong as he presents it. Despite our Ferelden relations, the Durellions are our legion. If the Marquis wishes to claim Haven, Empress Selene must negotiate with the Ferelden on his behalf. Her current concerns are a bit larger than minor property disputes.
Dude. So he was bluffing. Kind of.
His Grace was all bluster then.
Even should he leave, the Marquis will share his thoughts on us upon his return to Val Royeaux. Every guest we receive, and we will receive them, will spread the Inquisition story. An ambassador should ensure the tale is as clearly as you want.
It's true. So this is kind of our introduction to, what's her face here? I can't recall. I have such selective memory. Okay. I'm glad you're here then, because diplomacy is something that I find very important.
The Inquisition is lucky to have you as an advocate, Lady Montelier.
Thank you. Let us hope so. Thedas's politics have become agitated as of late. I hope to guide us down smoother paths. But please excuse me. I've much work to do before the day is done.
That's right, you scan your document. You look up at me and then scan your document. I love and hate this character. Mainly because my first playthrough was as an elf and I didn't get the Dalish accent. And then we had this really awkward conversation where I was like, oh, you know the Dalish? And she's like, yeah, I used to be like in one of their caravans, and then I was like kicked out. I mean, like, we'll probably go through that conversation again, but it was just so weird because she has a relaxed Dalish accent, and my character was like, none of that, but I'm totally with them. I've been with them my whole life. I continue to be with my clan. I should have the thickest accent ever.
You're the Herald. Or, well, the one they're calling the Herald, anyway. It's odd to see them accepting a mage as their hero. It must be easier because you're not human. They already see you as different from those of us who lived in circles. My name is Maeve. I research demons and other creatures. Seeker Pentagast and I use what I find to help the soldiers fight them.
Also, I fixed one of your problems in Minecraft. There is a kelp farm, or you can get a conduit for an underwater base. Oh. A conduit. I found something for you.
Found something the demons left behind. Can you use it?
Yes, that's very helpful. Just leave it there and the Tranquil and I will examine it.
Tranquil.
Hello? Can I help you with something?
So you're a mage.
That you were a mage?
No, an apprentice. Circle mages must prove themselves in a ritual called the Harrowing.
This is true.
They were very good at magic, but just enough talent to be a danger to other people. But when the mages rebelled, people like me had nowhere to go. The Templars would have killed us. Luckily, Seeker Pentagast took me in, along with the Tranquil.
Oh, now we can talk about Tranquil.
Said that you were keeping some of the Tranquils safe?
Yes, the mages took some of them when my circle rebelled, but the rest were forgotten. Most circle mages look down on the Tranquil, or try to pretend they don't exist. They don't have any emotions. They can barely take care of themselves, can't defend themselves at all. It's a shame. I like them better than most people.
Why?
Why would you want to spend time with the Tranquils?
They're polite. They don't bother you if they don't need something. When they study, they have a focus no normal person could ever match. But the Templars, even some of the mages, mistreated them just because they could. The Tranquil never fought back. If matter now.
You know, I find interesting the way that they present Tranquil in this game. It's like they don't have emotion, but it's not just that, because they, like, as she said, like, they can't take care of themselves. So it can't just be the fact that they don't have emotion. And why would taking away their emotion take away, like, their ability to take care? Like, if you don't have emotion, you can still function, you can still survive and take care of yourself. And you can still understand when something is right or wrong. It's more like being a computer. So if, like, someone is mistreating you, you would understand that mistreatment as being, you know, some kind of threat to your existence in a way, you know? Like, and you could, like, logically think of ways to stop that from happening because said thing is bad. Like, and even Vulcans, like, yes, they technically had emotions, but they didn't allow emotions normally to influence their decisions, and they were able to be highly intellectual and high functioning creatures. Like, they're able to do all sorts of things. So it's weird that, like, the reasoning for Tranquil in this game is just, oh, they don't have emotions. It's like, no, there's other things that are fundamentally, like, screwed up about them if they can't take care of themselves. Just saying. It's more like lobotomy. It's more like that rather than their emotions are just cut off. Which, I mean, is a really scary thing. Much scarier than just your emotions being cut off. 96 blocks of underwater breathing and night vision when fully upgraded. Wow. If someone told you or you've seen it before, I didn't. I didn't know about conduits. I didn't know about being able to do the underwater breathing thing. It's not too much of a big deal, though, because my underwater kelp farm was pretty much like having a little, you know, kelp to have in the bread box. It's just a side thing. It wasn't like anything crazy. I mean, all of the stuff I was doing was like silly little cute things. It was never very optimized. Just living that Minecraft life, chilling out. So you didn't join the rebels.
Surprised that even an apprentice mage wouldn't join the rebellion.
I don't like using magic to fight. I'm not good at it either. I like studying. I like performing rituals that helped us unlock the secrets of the Veil. I liked having the Templars around to keep us safe.
Alright. But now they've gone mad, because the world's just gone crazy.
Pity the Templars now want to see us all dead or made tranquil.
The problem is not that there are angry people on both sides. The problem is other people listening to their anger. I was born into a Dalish clan. I lived there until my magic manifested.
There it goes.
Dalish cannot live having too many mages in one clan. And I was one more than they could bear. They gave me a pack and sent me into the woods to find my own life. I was 7 years old.
You know, that explains a lot.
Wonder you'd rather stay in the circle. You had more than enough life outdoors.
I stumbled into a village, starving and cold, a few weeks later. I started using magic to scare predators away. The villagers saw me make fire in my fist. They were terrified and wanted to kill me. Templars saved me from them. They gave me food and clothes and took me to the circle. I've seen what life is like without the Templars, and I want no part of it. I just want to study.
But yeah, see, like, that attention to detail for an NPC where she's got, like, a low-key Dalish accent.
I'll speak with you later.
And the main character, nothing. I mean, I love the detail to window dressing. I appreciate it so much. And I know I'm calling her window dressing. It's not a very kind way of saying it, but, you know, I also feel like the player character should be fleshed out as well. Like Khajiit speak for Skyrim and ESO. Those kind of things, like that's the same as the Dalish accent missing in this game. It's like, come on. I know that like they design these games so that you can kind of play your character and immerse yourself in who that person is. Like with Skyrim, it allows you to just basically do whatever stuff you want in whatever order, so you build up your journey as like who you are. And with this one, your responses, like you can be gruff or whatever. So they want you to engage in that way, and they want to keep the characters vanilla enough so that you can insert yourself when it's applicable in whatever game design. Oh my God, lady, talking over there. But you need to have a certain amount of fleshing out, you know? Like, Kunari, you got the horns. Khajiit, you got the kitty face. And accents are important too. Grammar is important too. And the prejudice for like different types of creatures, like Kunari is supposed to not be looked down upon, but kind of like people would look suspiciously at me for being a Kunari. People wouldn't really trust me as much being a Kunari. Or like the mages, them being afraid of seeing a mage that's not part of the circle. Like those things should really carry a lot of weight. The Khajiit being, or the Argonians, not being trusted. Even the Dark Elves too. Especially in like Windhelm. You now have access to missions. Alright, there's some good stuff in here. 50% XP for, oh my God.
If I offend the man so easily, perhaps he should try leaving me alone.
Okay, so this helps us level up faster. This helps our inventory capacity. Yeah, that's also important. Underworld knowledge. Oh yeah, having the different dialogue things can be useful. They don't really have that much of an impact on the game, unfortunately, but they do have some. It's like you don't need it, but it's fun to have. Yeah, that's only a 5% increase in XP. That's not really worth going into just yet. Arcane knowledge. I feel like, though, I almost kind of want to get that just for character building, because she's a mage, she would have arcane knowledge. No. That's eagle-eyed is nice, but we don't need that right away. And I don't need extra herbs on my pot. I mean, I do, but I don't like just need to spend a perk on that. Buying items. Okay. Can leverage the organization's reputation to purchase another shipment of stuff. Probably the smartest thing to spend the perk on right now is the history knowledge thing. Just because for each codex entry I find, I get, well, yeah, like you get 50% XP extra. I don't know how much XP you normally get for codex entries though, so it might actually be very minimal overall and not worth doing that. Really should pay attention to how much I mean, like, because this one has that too. Grants a 50% XP. Okay, so you know what? I'll do the arcane knowledge one because that makes more sense for my character, and I still get the 50% XP. Carrie, hello. I'm doing a let's play where I start out simple with manual farms and a couple of animals, and then the plan is to evolve to big auto farms and that kind of thing. I do on the server, but it will take a long time to get to that point. Yeah, so that's almost like a Harvest Moon style thing, you know, where like you start small and then you can like upgrade to make your life easier for the farm. Meanwhile, I don't get to that point. It's just simple farm life forever. I know you want me to go big, but I don't have that much of a mind for it, to be honest. I don't really think in those contraption kind of forms. Nearly being run down by an incoming K. In Skyrim you can be the Thane as Khajiit, but basically no Khajiit can come into the cities. Yeah, it's weird. I feel like if you're gonna build a world and it's gonna have lore, you need the player to fit into it, essentially. You can have the character be like a kind of vanilla base for the player to infuse the personality that they want into it, but you should have consequences for playing different races or different classes. And I don't mean like consequence in the bad sense, Lord. It can be good and bad, or just one or the other. But you need the player to feel like they are an elf, or feel like they're a dwarf, feel like they're a Khajiit or Argonian, like, you know, make that choice impactful and not just the mechanical nature of the creature. Like, oh, I get extra sneak, or oh, I get this superpower early, or whatever. It's again having an impact on the world around you and the world reacting to your decisions that makes it feel more immersive, in my opinion. I feel like it was a little bit more coherent this time around than when I was trying to explain it before. Alright. Ferelden. We have Build the Watchtowers available. Okay, Josephine, that was her name that I forgot earlier. That I knew it started with a J, and I was just like, I can't remember. I obviously don't care about her name enough. Cullen I'll never forget because I wooed him in my first playthrough. I try to use whomever makes the most sense in each like situation, so I don't like, you know, just always choose Josephine or always choose Liliana or Cullen when I can. For the most part, it just is flavor text as far as I remember. Sometimes it has meaningful consequences, which one you choose. The most meaning that I've been able to tell so far is that, like, you get different rewards depending on who you choose. But yeah, it's not like a life or death decision, who you pick. Except for maybe in certain situations. Very rare. And it's not really life or death for you. It's more of like a side quest and how it progresses. It makes sense to me that you would have... Well, I don't know, because like right now you have in Haven the mages and the Templars fighting like crazy. So having the nobles help kind of makes sense because it's the people that are already there, or like new people coming in, whereas our soldiers were Templars. No, I'll go with Cullen. That just seems more like a Cullen kind of job. Right, that's gonna open up that. Gather coin. I think I would enjoy doing that. Up until now, Inquisition forces have had the benefit of the Chantry's deep... Yeah. Oh, my tongue. Chantry's deep coffers. Now the Inquisition has to make their own money. How will they do it? Let's find out. It'd be a simple matter to collect secrets and sell them. Of course, nothing will be tracked back to us, because I'm amazing at my job. Trading in favors with merchants and the nobility, we could do it that way. As long as we're careful. And then Cullen's busy doing a thing. I like the honest work thing, though. I think that builds up probably the best kind of reputation for the Inquisition. Just because it's like, you know, goodwill. It's honest. Good, honest work. But he is busy. This is the part of the game which is really good for when you're just playing, you know, because these things get completed while you're not playing the game. So, like, they're good for, like, if you're just playing casually. Because you can just set this up, and then when you leave the game, it's like that daily session or that once a week session that you log in, you play this game. The game kind of progresses while you're not playing, which is just, it feels good. I like that kind of mechanic where something's happening in the game to benefit you even when you're not around, and you just need to wait for it to kind of do its thing. Cook in the oven. So yeah, this takes 45 minutes. And this, we can set up Josephine because it's a money thing, so, like, why not? And then we have the Storm Coast. We do want to unlock that. The Black Imperium, we can just, I think we can just unlock that automatically, yeah. Let's do that. Let's go to the Black Imperium. So that's always fun. New area unlocked. Be wary what you find. Many frightful tales. I'll venture forth. It's really not that big of a deal, but it's fun to go. You can just get interesting items here that you can't get anywhere else, and you can change your face. It was introduced in Dragon Age 2. I don't know whether you had to pay for it as a DLC or not. But yeah, this is basically the place to go if you want to change your face for whatever reason.
Handle the mirror with care. It has been known to bite.
This mirror right here. And this looks like the old design of the Alluvion, or maybe the current design of the Alluvion. I forget what they did, because in Dragon Age 2 they redesigned the Alluvions, and I don't know whether they backpedaled on that for this game. I know in the original Dragon Age Origins, if you played the elf background, you actually got to see an Alluvion, and it was basically like this. It was wider, but it was a very simple looking shape. So I just find it interesting that it looks like that, and this is the mirror that you stare at, and you just basically go into the character editor here. You know. I can't back out.
As long as the job gets done, I don't care about the rest.
God, she looks so lifeless. Okay, accept changes. Yes. Baby polar bear.
Watch your step. We received a shipment of invisible nugs the other day.
So you can get high level gear here, but I don't know if they're even going to offer anything yet. Ooh. Yep. All things I can't afford. Nice, nice. Schematics. All right. I thought that was a kind of like a bargain bin situation where you could.
I require the services of the urchin.
No idea, dude. Xenon the Antiquarian. Alright, so that's this place. I'm out. This pad, evil mirror. All the little animals. A sneak a bread machine in your base, fully auto. I mean, you could, and I would love it. I just don't make those kind of things. There is a mod to reset the time, and now that makes more sense in my head. I don't want the mod, but I know what it does. Yeah, I like how, you know, games put in that whole like face customizer, but they like find a way to make it make sense in game. Like with this one, it's just, oh, it's a magical mirror. With Skyrim, it was the face sculptor. With ESO, it's just, hey, spend some money. Okay, thanks. Oh man, what do I want to do here? All right, let's go to this camp and then we'll hit that camp, and that might be it for tonight. Just want to like explore the hinterlands a little bit more. We've got like a lot of places to open up and go to, and we'll be picking up characters pretty quickly doing that, but I kind of want to, even though this is like super casual, I want to kind of follow the storyline to the best of my ability. Not just like the broader one, but like the actual littler quests that matter. Hey guys, falling into the air, that's cool. Falling from the air. Or whatever. Let's see if we can get over there. Took me 2 minutes to build, so if you want it, let me know. Oh, it's really that quick? That easy? Listen, Varric, I'll watch my step if I want to.
Hopefully the Inquisition can find some way to help these people.
I mean, we're working on it, Solus. We're helping people. We do what we can. Fast travel. To where? Snap. Forgot about those. See, what did I tell you? Come on, superpower. What's the sign say? East Road, Redcliffe Village. Oh yeah. There's a little event that happens before we get into the village. What'd she say? Something up ahead? Probably nothing good. But we're going, and we're gonna do it. Loot. That's not the right way. Wait, what you don't want the quest storyline to be like... You don't want the quest storyline to be like an ESO. Kill the prince and get back to the city and he's all there. Yeah, ESO has a problem with, I guess, continuity. It has a quest line, but the quest line isn't aware of itself. So you're able to start, maybe you can't start in the middle, but you can jump between different areas in the quest line and complete them out of order. And I think that's kind of screwed up. They should probably fix that, because that's just strange and bizarre and not normal. It ain't normal. Gonna get you, Archer. Burn and die.
The ancient elves may have set it towards me. If we can find the artifacts they use, it may help strengthen this area against tears.
Good to know. By good to know, I mean I hardly paid attention to you, Solus, but you know, it's fine. Oh, that don't look good. That's what you get with an MMO. Like, really though? I thought, like, you know, it's a quest line. You can really... That's like the norm for, Wait, what? What?
I have no dangers. My name is Neris. By your weapons, I see you come ready for battle. Perhaps we face a common enemy in these demons.
So, yeah, that's a common feature of MMOs, is that quest lines aren't actually quest lines, and you can go wherever you want in the story. Because, I mean, it's a simple matter of conditions in my mind. And this quest, start this quest, end that quest, start. Like, they even do it in the dialogue. You see it all the time in ESO when you talk to someone, and then you confirm, I'll do the thing, and then it ends, you get your reward, and then they talk again, and then you confirm to get the thing. In dialogue, it makes it easier, because that way you can't skip compared to going to a different area. But still, you'd think that chain, you could have that kind of chain in the game engine. I'm sure those kind of conditions exist. Can't start B if A is not finished. The only thing you will need to run the bread machine is bone meal. But there is a skelly farm to give you all the bone you need. I see. Yeah, I mean, we do face a common enemy in demons. What are you doing out here?
Fighting the demons is pointless. There will always be more, and I have no means of closing the rifts. But I have heard of elven artifacts that measure the veil. They may tell us where new rifts will appear. I was not expecting so many demons, however. I believe one of the artifacts is nearby. Can you help me reach it?
Oh, sure.
Sounds worth investigating.
Thank you. It shouldn't be too much farther ahead.
Could you stop, like, flailing that thing around?
I do not think I could have done this alone.
How did you come to be here?
I was, first of Clan Venen. I left in service of my clan and saw that great tear in the veil on my journey. I know more of magic and the veil than any Shemlin, so I hope to help.
Maharal, darling.
We should keep moving.
That's funny. That was some serious shade, and Solus was just like, snaps to that. Snaps. Okay, hopefully we can get this done before 7:30. Energize! I like how I can levitate things. Why can't I do that in battle? Why can't I crush people with objects that are just around? It'd be so nice. Or just be able to do magic with my hands like that.
I have heard of this, but never seen it before.
Lies.
Balefire is a form of sympathetic magic, a memory of flame that burns in this world where the veil is thin.
Liar. Pants on fire. In ESO it is like that, but in WoW it is not like that. Or in Path of Exile, those are two other games I played. I was kind of just trying to read chat, and I was feeling it. I'm like, I'm getting my ass kicked, I think, out of the corner of mine eyes.
There. If we activate that crystal, it should react to the strength of the veil.
Probably. Just looking around, because I think with this you can find runes hidden around. Yeah, that.
A weapon enchantment. This could be quite useful.
Those can be really annoying to find, and I don't have too much patience for them. But I figured, since we're here, I'll try.
Yes, the wards are helping to strengthen the veil. This area should be safer for travelers now.
As far as I can tell, this is...
I believe our alliance is concluded. Go in peace, stranger.
special. Solus.
Aye. Perhaps you're right. Here, take it. Go with Mithal's blessing.
That was funny. I don't know what he said, but I like it. Yeah, as far as I am aware, this is just another collectathon of little things to do. Go here, press this thing, this happens. I mean, like, I definitely like a certain amount of collection in my games. It's kind of a nice, cozy, I've completed something, or I'm working towards completion of something. It's a nice feeling. But this game has so many of them. It sometimes doesn't feel all that rewarding.
The breach opened. We were scrambling and barely had time to think. And there you were.
I went to see the breach. I did not know you would be.
Not have been far away.
I was not. I'd come to hear of the conclave, but did not want to get close.
Lucky for us then.
Oh, so very, very lucky. Blame it on that. What, my lack of patience in finding runes? The fact that I don't collect everything because there's just too much in this game. Like, there's certain things I definitely like collecting in this. The little skull shard things can totally be worth it. I like the little side quest that it opens up. But I honestly forget with the veil things like that, whether it really is helpful or not. I mean, you get XP either way with all of these little collectibles, so it's worth it in that regard. Nothing else. I just have a completionist in me. A little bit. Letter on a bandit in the hinterlands.
They are retreating. We must pursue.
I think like my biggest problem with a lot of games as an adult now is that I like certain mechanics, I like certain things that present themselves, but they need to be balanced in terms of difficulty, because if I feel like I'm not getting enough reward for the risk, I get turned off. Or if it becomes too much of a frustrating thing, I'm spending too much time trying to find a thing, like I just get turned off. Those kind of things are like a big issue for me. Okay, oh no, alright. You know, we'll go back to Haven so we can get full health. We have, yeah, we can call the game at this point. That worked out really well. Hyperbolic J sliding in at the very end. Or we're looking. Oh, nope. Managed to catch the tail end. Blame it on that, on chat. Oh, I see. By the way, Muse, have you seen the latest Assassin's Creed games? Oh, the 2 latest ones. Maybe. They make them so... They made so many. I know of the one in Egypt. The Egyptian one. It looks pretty cool. I'm fond of, like, the Assassin's Creed style. Oh, goodness, phone. I thought I put you on vibrate. And, like, the Eagle Vision. Totally like the Owl Vision in Far Cry Primal. It's so funny. Or these guys are doing it. Look at that. They're doing it this time. They're not fooling around. They even got their helmets on and everything. Yeah, I don't know about any other super new one though. Just the Egyptian one. Unity? I think it's Unity. I want to say hi to my good old friend Liliana.
Champions of the just, blessed are the righteous, lights in the shadow. In their blood, the Maker's will is written. Is that what you want from us? Blood. To die so that your will is done? Is death your only blessing? You speak for Andraste, no? What does the Maker's prophet have to say about all of this? What's his game?
Okay, there's many things I want to say. Pretty much all of these things. All of them. But for right now... Yeah, no. I'm not going to do game. I understand what she means. I don't speak for her. I have been adamant about that since the very beginning. You cannot just shove that down my throat.
Speak for no one but myself, and I have no answers for you.
You probably don't even worship the Maker. Lucky. He asks a lot. The Chantry teaches that the Maker abandoned us. He demands repentance for our sins. He demands it all. Our lives, our deaths. Justinia gave him everything she had, and he let her die.
Yeah, kinda sucks. They made one in Greece. There you play in the time period of the Spartan War. Oh, okay. You know what? That kind of makes sense, because wasn't there like an Alexa that was shaped like a Spartan helmet or something? Not shaped, but like it had that printed on it or something. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I didn't keep up with that at all, but that makes sense. They have another Assassin's Creed game out already. Like, is it very different, or is it still just... It feels almost like Pokemon to me in terms of as, like, a franchise. It's basically the same thing, a little bit of a different flavor, because it's, like, a different world space. You know, yeah, you could blame her killers.
Maybe you should be angry at the people who murdered her.
If the Maker doesn't intervene to save the best of his servants, what good is he? I used to believe I was chosen, just as some say you are. I thought I was fulfilling his purpose for me, working with the divine, helping people. But now she's dead. It was all for nothing. Serving the Maker meant nothing.
These are your problems. No, I mean, like, she's in a position of authority. And she's a huge portion of our cause. These are not just her problems. They're all of our problems because we need her. Real talk. Why are you telling me this? Because she needs to vent, because she's feeling things. So that's kind of important. I'm going to just say, let me help you.
Maybe you have another purpose. I could help you find it.
No, this is my burden. I regret that I even let you see me like this. It was a moment of weakness. It won't happen again.
That's fair.
To work then. We will speak later.
It's a very fair response. I understand that deeply in my soul. But it's good that you let that out, Liliana. I feel, Jen, there's so many Creed games. It was kind of cool initially, but the franchising ruined it. The QA just isn't there anymore. I mean, I also feel like if they have an engine for this game, they can just basically churn it out, just like with Pokemon. And after a certain amount of QA, it's almost like they probably don't think about needing it as much, because it's the same thing, just with different dressing, you know, slightly different flavor. It's still essentially the same mechanics. So getting the bugs out of them in the past, it's probably like, I'm not saying that it's not a wise and always probably a good idea to do some QA. They probably should. Games always should. And I kind of dislike this growing idea of they ship the game and it's like half broken and they'll just patch it later. Because when you buy a game when it first comes out because you want to play it, and then it has millions of patches afterwards, it's kind of a downer. You're paying like the $60 that you used to pay for games that were fully fleshed out and ready to go at launch, and you're getting like half the functionality. But I just feel like that might be the reason why. It's just that mentality. I got a big love for those games, but they did step back from spitting them out. There was 2 different studios making them, and they tried some new things. Yeah, I remember with Pokemon, them churning it out as they do, with Soul Silver and Pokemon Black and White, or Soul Silver and Gold Heart. Those 2 were done by separate teams. So Pokemon Black and White had a different spin on like storytelling and stuff, and Heart Gold and Soul Silver were like, hey, what if we have Pokemon following you? Like the different kinds of ways they approached the tried and true Pokemon franchise. I thought that was interesting. And I don't really know how much cross conversation they had between the 2 teams, but they probably could have learned from each other if they did. But anyway, it is that time, once again, to end the stream. I'll have to look at the new Assassin's Creed. I kind of was really into... I mean, I love the gameplay, so I would just play it for that, to be honest. You get to feel like a badass. It's cool. And I do appreciate the architecture like the historical period stuff. But I really was intrigued by the story that was coming about, and it feels like they kind of were just trying to make it look all flashy and interesting, but it didn't have any actual substance. I might be wrong because I haven't really played too many of the games beyond Assassin's Creed 2. But it seems like they kind of just want that part of the story to go away, and they just want to make their Assassin's Creed games and just have it be, I'm a cool assassin running around. And it's kind of a shame because I'm intrigued by that whole story, and I love Ezio. But he's long gone, I'm sure. Long gone. Me miss you long time. Me miss you too. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate y'all. I hope you enjoyed your time here. Please spread the word if you did. It helps the channel grow, community grow, all those good things. Check out the Discord if you have not. You can check out the events tab on this Twitch channel to know what we will be streaming next. Friday's stream is canceled because there's a Christmas party I'm going to with my family. And there's also the week of Christmas. Oh my gosh, phone. The week of Christmas, there are no streams. I have a week off. There's family stuff and friend stuff. It's, it's the holiday season where you're hanging out with people. So I have that happening that week. And I'm also really trying, it might be too ambitious of me, because I want to spend some time just free time where I don't think about anything but just chilling. It's so hard. I don't know why it's so hard, but it's hard. I want to also clean out my computer. I've been saying this for a while. Just clean it out, minimalize, because I've minimalized my life around me, but I want to do that with my computer as well. Like get rid of a lot of files and folders and just junk that I just don't need. So we'll see. And just clean install because it's just starting to feel kind of scuzzy. So beyond those two announcements, I don't think there's really anything noteworthy going on with the schedule. And before you lose all your presets for streaming, I'll die. Yeah, no, I'll back that up. And the way I have it now is very simplified, so it's not. It would be sad if I lost it, but it wouldn't be soul crushing. The last iteration of the stream, it was way more complicated than it needed to be. So silly. And it was very inefficient too, because there was a lot of things that were running in the background that I didn't turn off. Yeah. I think that's pretty much it. So if you have comments or feedback, you can share them by using the feedback links in the Twitch info panel or on the README, the README text channel in the Discord. And as always, from my heart to yours, good luck.